All right, so I want you to be prepared to be really angry at Zach for his overrated bourbon list. Let's see how it goes. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to discuss Zach's overrated bourbon list.
Yep, my 10 bottles that I got 10. Yep, I got 10. 10 bottles that are overrated. So anyways.
Turn on your likes, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and just in preparation for you all to yell BS on his list. Today's episode is brought to you by ZBiotics. And let's face it, after a night of drinking, I don't really recover the way that I used to recover.
Oh no, none of us do. The older we get, I won't lie, not even just drinking so heavy, it's just like the energy.
Yeah.
To want to get back. So, but all that's changed now since we found ZBiotics.
Yeah. ZBiotics is a pre-alcohol probiotic. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next days. ZBiotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down, and it's designed to work like your liver, but in the gut, I think where you need it the most. So just remember to drink ZBiotics before drinking alcohol.
Yeah, so, Dave and I, we were actually just kind of talking to us the other day. We're going to have a really busy fall.
We are.
We got some places we're going. We got some events we're going to attend. And as I was telling him, we're going to drink this every single time, especially after we just went up to Michigan for an event.
Yep.
And we had a great time, and we were drinking these every single day. And we didn't miss a beat of anything.
Nope. So give ZBiotics a try for yourself. Go to zbiotics.com /Bourbon Kingdom and use the Bourbon Kingdom code at checkout for 15% off your first order, or use the QR code on the screen right here again to get 15% off your first order. Don't forget to visit zbiotics.com for all your pre-alcohol probiotic needs.
Guys, this is some of the best stuff on Whiskey Tube, out of all seriousness. Changed the game for us. Can't recommend them enough. And thank you, ZBiotics, for being a great channel partner.
Thanks.
Why don't you just tell them to bring out the pitchforks while you're at it?
Bring out the pitchforks.
You're super.
Mine was gonna be much worse anyway. So
yeah, I don't know. All right, so the first one I'm gonna start with. Yo, Jefferson Ocean. So I have a lot of problems with this bottle.
Hey guys, I don't know if y'all know this, but this was aged at sea.
Yeah, aged at sea. So where do you even begin? So yes, it was aged at sea, and yes, the concept would be you put those barrels on the boat's going out in the ocean.
Rocking if the boat is a rocking.
What is that?
I don't know.
Anyways, so if the bottle, if the distillate in the barrel is shaking around, it's hitting more of the barrel, there's more oak influence into it. Theory, that should help it, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't. Come to find out, it just really doesn't. And there's this really nice thing about a voyage and all that stuff, and it's just totally overpriced. It's a gimmicky story, and it just doesn't work, and yet they keep doing it. Just overall, Jefferson's, it's just not good.
Yeah, it's
Nah,
overrated.
I'm just gonna take it.
Oh, okay.
All right, next one. I feel like this one's easy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
I'll probably get a little hate on this one. Rock Hill Farms. So there's just this string of bourbon that comes from Buffalo Trace. Rock Hill Farms, Elmer, Buffalo Trace, or not Buffalo Trace, Blanton's, that get all this love that I think's just slightly overhyped.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying it's bad. I do think they're good.
They are good.
You want to get there?
I'm trying.
But I just think when people start talking about trying to buy one of these off secondary, and the secondary is $350 or $300 for this in a Stag Junior, It's cheaper. I say Stag
Yeah.
Junior. We know it's Stag, but so that way you're not thinking it's GTS, man. No means.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. Though.
Yeah.
So I think it's overrated. It's overhyped in that sense, and I know it's also kind of more for the beginner. I don't want to say it's like a beginner bourbon, but I know a lot of people that are new to like the bourbon journey, right? A lot of people do look for this bottle. I mean, at one point in time, I did too. So I'm not.
There's
I'm
no
not
knocking that.
Yeah.
Except, I mean, it's just saying like at MSRP, if you walk into a store and at MSRP you see this $49 bottle sitting here, you're going to buy it.
Sure, 1,000%.
I mean, it's a cool looking bottle for one. It looks good on your bar for two. The liquid in it is fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Great.
You're not going to be like crazy disappointed. You're not going to be disappointed in it. You're not going to be overwhelmed with greatness on it. It's a $49 bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything over that, it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not worth the hype of it.
I totally agree. Next one. Now I have friends who are going to be really mad at me about this one. So, Bardstown Bottle and Bond. Here's the thing about this bottle. I know people love it, but it just tastes like soggy peanuts to me. And I just don't like that note. Like, anytime something tastes like a soggy peanut to me, I just don't like it. Like, the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, I get that note. There's some Jim Beam products, I get that. In this, like, I don't understand how people get super excited about it. But
What is this? It is $14.
oh, it's super cheap.
Yeah.
Like, look, it's worth gambling. Like, if you like that note, then go right ahead. But there are people that swear up and down that this is like the greatest thing ever. And I'm getting ready to go on a tangent here, so excuse me while I get on the soapbox. But it's like, whenever people get on this tangent about how great it is, I was looking, I'm like, look, take your hipster bourbon and just go kick rocks. Because whatever you want to sit here and argue, see, I mean, again, it's like, it's soggy peanuts with perfume, and it drives me crazy because I don't understand why people think this is so freaking good.
That is like the perfect. Yeah, it's like soggy peanuts.
I'm just saying, like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, and there's, like I said, there's a couple buddies of mine who I was joking around, like, they're the most hipster bourbon people, and they're like, this is the greatest thing ever, and I'm like, it's not, but, like, you know, go drink an Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, go drink an Old Forester 100 proof, go drink a Wild Turkey 101. Like, there's so many things in this price range that you can go drink that are just good.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna step off the soapbox there. We're all good. We're all friends.
Yeah.
We're all
Put it
whatever.
back. Put it
Yeah.
down. It is true.
So I'm getting ready. 1792 full proof. I'm just getting ready to start hitting bottles that everybody's just going to yell at me about. 1792 full proof. This is actually a store pick because I don't have just a normal 1792 full proof open. This is a Cox's pick. I'm not knocking on Cox's for it. I don't have a 1792 full proof. I have made this very clear before. I'm not a huge Barton fan. I think Barton's fine. I don't even think necessarily Barton's bad. I just don't think it's all that great. So it's probably more of me. But people go crazy, and I know what people are going to say. Well, Zach, you have all of the 1792s. So
Not
why don't
all
you-
of them, right? You're still missing one.
I technically don't have the Ridgewood, which would be the lawsuit bottle, but I have all the other ones. I have all of them in like all of them that you can have in a store pick. I do, like the 1792 12 year and the Sweet Wheat have the distillery releases of those.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think they're bad. I don't think these are necessarily good when it comes to like, hey, these should be allocated and hard to find and stuff like that. These should be like a shelfer quality. Like, I don't think this can touch a, I don't know, like an Old Forester 1920 or a Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof or a Rare Breed or an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Like, I don't think it can get remotely close to anything high in proof at all. And people go crazy over it. Like, I know people who go more crazy for these than like a Four Roses pick. Whenever people are chasing after this more than like a Four Roses barrel strength or some of the other things like that, I just think it's wrong. And I just think it's overrated.
It's always wrong to choose any 1792 product over anything else.
Maybe the bottle will get the most said about. Calumet 16 year. So
I think, were we the only ones that didn't
no,
love
there was
this?
somebody else that didn't love it. But here's what I found hilarious. There was a couple channels, and I won't say who, that loved this bottle a lot. Now, nobody gave us crap over it,
No.
like, to be fair. But there were some people that was like, well, this channel loved it and you hated it. That can't be right. I'm like, well, it's just difference of opinion.
Yeah.
But there were people, a bunch of channels, who did this in blinds at the end of the year, and this bottle did not blind well for them. And I'm just saying, I'm not even saying it's like terrible.
It's not terrible.
But people were hyping this up like this is one of the best releases of last year, and I never saw it.
No.
I never saw it. I sampled this bottle out as far as basically I could. Like there's like a little like pointy end like right down there. It's like basically that.
Yeah.
I never saw this one. I think Calumet 15 years better than 16.
15 and 14 are both better.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
So, and I do feel like a little bit like we were right on that one at the end of the year.
I feel like we are.
So,
But, you know,
just throwing that out there.
bourbon is in the eye of the beholder.
That is true. Teachers their own. Talking about something that is not my own or my each. This bottle of Dickel, the Dickel Bourbon 8-year, people seem to really like. I mean, out of all seriousness, I think most people would say that this is pretty much the best Dickel bottle that's out there. Outside of like maybe like some Blue Notes, whatever. I did have a Heaven's Door. I don't know if that was 10-year or something that I didn't think was terrible. Because I typically do not like Dickel at all. I don't like that.
Every time I smell Dickel, I just smell sour rag. So there's nothing about Dickel that I enjoy.
I don't like it. I have some friends who are Dickel people, and I'm just like, that's awesome because there's a lot of it out there, and you should have no problem getting it.
Yeah, for sure.
But this bottle to me, like when people were like, oh yeah, this is like an everyday kind of like shelfer, I'm like, there ain't no way.
No good. Take it so that we don't have to buy it.
No way.
Yeah.
And I'm just, but again, it's one of those things, man. Just for me and Dickel, we just don't get along. I won't say I hate everything. I just typically don't like Dickel. So, all right, next one. This one I know I've gotten hate before in the past, and I'll get hate on this one again. Four Roses Small Batch Select. So, pretty much love everything Four Roses. It's pretty much hard for me not to find something I don't like in Four Roses until I found this bottle, and I just don't like it. It's the nose. The nose on it comes off, and it's just so off-putting and like basically unattractive. Like I don't like the nose of it. And what's hilarious is I think there's been some sourcing of Four Roses here recently, and there's been some blending of stuff. And whenever I've tried it, it comes off like this, and I'm just like, I'm not having it. Yeah, it's a blend of OBSV, OBSK, OBSF, OESV, OESK, and OESF recipes. So, have you had that before?
Yes, I've had it before.
Yeah.
It's fine, but...
See, I like the small, I like the small batch.
Yeah.
Four Roses small batch.
It's fine. Like, I don't have any problem with it, but...
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good
It's
at all.
not my... It's
people
definitely...
go crazy over
It's my least favorite of them.
Oh, yeah, by far.
I would just assume pay $20 less for the small batch.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the prettiest bottle on the list. The Lux Row 12-year double barrel. Is it double barrel? Yeah, something like that. Double barrel. And this bottle, for whatever reason, I had a really hard time getting this bottle for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it was finally, it like popped up during COVID at Liquor Barn. I was like, oh, I'm going to buy one of those. And I bought it. And I remember I drove it over to my buddy's house to watch a football game. I was like, hey, we're going to crack this and try it. And he wasn't really into bourbon, but he's like, man, it's a gorgeous looking bottle. It's like really expensive. It should be great, right? And then we tried it and it sucked.
Yeah.
And it has not gotten really any better since. I don't really know how to describe disappointment for a bottle except like just this.
Yeah.
I just had such high hopes for it. And I was just sold on like the appearance of it because it was bad.
It's awesome because the cork is nice. Everything about it is nice.
Oh, yeah. No, it sits up great on a bar. And it's just,
for sure. That's when you just hope that people are like, can I have a pour of that? You're like, yes, please, take a pour.
Yeah.
2. You want 2 pours?
You want the bottle? All right, last 2. And this one I'm going to get a lot of hate for. B-Tag, Eagle Rare 17. I get it. I get why some people would be mad because everybody's like, oh, Eagle Rare is great. It is. I don't even think necessarily this stuff is terrible. I don't think really anything Buffalo Trace is bad. But
Yeah.
the fact that people pay more for this than GTS, Handy, and WLW is nuts to me. Because I think typically most years those three are better than this one. I don't know if I've ever had an Eagle Rare 17 in the year of BTAX where I'm like, that's the best one. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Never.
I can see that.
I've never had a year like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever had a year where I'm like, that's top 2.
True.
So people go crazy over it, and I'm just like, guys, if this said like benchmark 17 year, would we have the same hype for it? Probably not. But it just, to me, I think
that'd be the most expensive benchmark you'd ever seen.
It would be. It just, people freak out about it. People go crazy about it for a lot of different reasons, and I just don't think it's worth it. And I have a couple friends who are going to see this because this is their favorite BTAC, and they're going to call me because they're going to be ticked. All right, last one, and this is the one that hurts me a lot.
I figured that was the one that hurt you a lot.
Hurts me a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of getting to the point with them. Love the distillery. Love High West. Have always loved Midwinter Ice Jam. Last year's wasn't good. And now the year before I thought was good. 9 was good. But then like 8, 7, 6, and 5 really kind of sucked. I'm putting that nicely. The first like 4 I thought were really, really good. But I just think the more that High West is going to their own stuff, the more it's getting more expensive. And it's just not the quality of it that it was. It's just not there.
Yeah. I can see
and
that.
It sucks because I really enjoy those bottles. And for a long time, we couldn't find them in our area. They were just really difficult and hard to find. And yeah, it's just not there anymore.
Apparently UPS had a hard time finding one too.
Yeah, but no, UPS found the one they wanted.
Yeah.
Now, to give High West a lot of credit, whenever I emailed them about it, they made it right.
Yeah.
So thank you to High West.
Kudos.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
As a whole, but just this release here, like I said, it pains me because I do typically love these bottles. It's just not hitting the same like I used to.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
That's my list for the most overrated. So let me know what I got right, what we got wrong, and let me just shower me with hate.
Till the next time.
We'll see you.
We'll see you.